What's good, YouTube? It's your boy 2K the God. Going to town right now. Got that shook ones on the radio. You little niggas don't know nothing about that. Don't even try to go figure that shit out, yo. You know what I'm saying? You figure shit, I got about 2.5 hours left on this trip. Might as well drop that Anthony Joshua versus Wladimir Klitschko prediction video. You know what I'm saying? Man, I can't wait to see this motherfucking fight. Hopefully, you know, I got a whole lot of shit I got to do over the weekend. Hopefully, I'm going to get a chance to check it out. For all you that don't know, the fight is coming on at 6 p.m. Eastern time. So, you know, it's easy to get confused and shit. You're used to watching fights on Saturday, 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock, you know what I'm saying, depending on where you at. But this particular fight, since it's in London, it's going to be at 6 p.m. Eastern time, 10 p.m. over in the UK. You know what I'm saying? Yo, this shit right here. We got 18-0 with 18 knockouts. Anthony Joshua, he's going to be defending his IBF title. And he's going to actually get a shot at getting the WBA Super title against Wladimir Klitschko, man, one of the most dominant heavyweight champions of this era. Alright? It don't matter how you feel about Wladimir. If you think he's a bum, if you think he's just a goofy ass white dude, if you think you would have put him in the other era, the 90s era with, you know, Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield, you know, the older George Foreman, Ike Ibeabuchi, David Tua, and you think all them niggas would have whooped his ass, it don't matter. Point being, he dominated in this era. He's still second in heavyweight history for the most successful title defenses behind Joe Louis. So you can't decrease that. You know what I'm saying? You can't take that from him. You know what I'm saying? So, with that said, he is 40 years old. I can't remember right off the top how old Anthony Joshua is, but he's a young cat. You know what I'm saying? Has Wladimir lost a step? A lot of people will say, yeah, he lost a step because he lost to Tyson Fury the way he did. And I try to tell niggas like, no, let me tell you something, dog. Anthony Joshua is not Tyson Fury. You know what I'm saying? Those are two different fighters. Tyson Fury's gonna fight you from the outside, okay? He's gonna use the jab from the outside. He's gonna use a lot of ring movement. He's gonna force you to become an inside fighter. Also, remember, Tyson Fury had like a 3-inch height advantage and a 3.5-inch reach advantage. Don't quote me on that. I'm not looking at nothing right now. But it was something like that. When I broke down that prediction video, I told everybody that Wladimir Klitschko has never fought in his career a fighter that had both a height and a reach advantage against him. He's fought guys that might have had a height advantage against him, but a less reach. He might have fought guys that had a height advantage against him, but the same reach. Or he fought guys that had a better reach, but were shorter in height, or the same reach that was shorter in height. He never fought a guy that had both. Okay, I think, I can't remember the guy's name right now. He's like 6'7", and he had like a 1-inch reach, or he was the same reach as Wladimir. I can't remember the guy's name right now. But he fought that cat. That guy was the closest before he fought Tyson Fury. And before that, you got to go all the way back to Davril Williamson and shit. You know what I'm saying? He might have been the guy that was the closest to doing that, to having both. But I said in that prediction video that would be an issue. You know what I'm saying? So, in this case, these guys are virtually the same size. They're the same height, but I think Anthony Joshua may have like a 1-inch reach advantage on him. You know what I'm saying? In addition, Anthony Joshua does not have the footwork that Tyson Fury has. Also, Anthony Joshua is not going to turn Wladimir Klitschko into an inside fighter, something that Wladimir has never been able to do his entire career, right? So, this fight is virtually going to be a upright jabbing competition. Both Wladimir and Anthony Joshua are upright fighters that like to utilize the jab from a distance. They like to use their reach. if I'm gonna say who has the better jab, dog, based off of experience, it's Wladimir Klitschko. Hold up, let me change the big L real quick. Word up. You know what I'm saying? It's gotta be Wladimir Klitschko. He done jabbed out like 60 motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, Anthony Joshua done jabbed out 18. And in some of them fights, he didn't really utilize the jab because he didn't need to. You know what I'm saying? But my point being is, Anthony Joshua is not going to fight like Tyson Fury, so you should not look to the Tyson Fury fight to come up with a conclusion as to what's going to happen in this fight. You really got to break it down, okay? Anthony Joshua, let's look at his pros. Fast hands, throws combinations very well. Excellent power, one punch knockout power. He land that straight right hand on you, game over. As Dominic Brazil, as crackhead ass Charles Martin. You know what I'm saying? That right hand turned Charles Martin into a bona fide crackhead. You know what I'm saying? That's how serious that straight right hand is. His cons though, he's very fucking robotic, okay? He's got a whole lot of muscle mass. While I think both of these guys are the same size, I think Anthony Joshua has more lean muscle on him than Wladimir Klitschko. Thus, he's going to be the heavier fighter, right? When you have a lot of muscle mass like that, you may have a stamina problem in the fight. You may not be able to go a full 12 rounds because the muscles went down on your ability to take in oxygen, okay? And it fucks with your endurance, it fucks with your stamina. Anthony Joshua was tired than a motherfucker against Dillian White. You can tell that he was starting to get tired. He was also getting tired against Dominic Brazil. Those two fights went like 7 to 8 rounds. Don't quote me, YouTube, do what you do, and let me know how long those fights went. But I believe they went 7 to 8 rounds respectively, okay? Before he knocked both of them out. Also, Dillian White hurt Anthony Joshua really bad in that fight. You know what I'm saying? He hurt him really bad. But if Dillian White didn't fight like a drunk nigga on skates, you know what I'm saying? Meaning his balance is fucking terrible. If he had much better balance and had better leverage on his punches after he landed that big shot that hurt Anthony Joshua, we might be looking at a motherfucking Dillian White versus Wladimir Klitschko fight right now. Because Anthony Joshua probably would have lost that fight if he would have had better balance, which in turn would have gave him better leverage on his follow-up punches after he hurt Anthony Joshua. That's my problem with Dillian White, man. You know what I'm saying? Wladimir Klitschko has beautiful leverage. He has beautiful balance. And if he hits you and hurts you, he's going to finish you. You know what I'm saying? Anthony Joshua cannot just move forwards and backwards against Wladimir Klitschko. He's got to utilize the ring. If he's going to utilize that jab, he's got to utilize the ring, okay? He's got to be working on his footwork in this training. All right, he's had, I think, 10 weeks to train. Hopefully he worked on his lateral movement because that's something he does not have. Very robotic, straight back and forth, upright, and it's like 1-2, 1-2. He'll jump back, do that bounce, then he'll jump back in. 1-2, 1-2. That's Anthony Joshua in a nutshell, dog. You know what I'm saying? He can't do that against Wladimir Klitschko, man. Not a guy that experienced. He's got to mix it up in there. Wladimir Klitschko, really all he's got to do is get in Anthony Joshua's head. And apparently in the Gloves Are Off segment, from what a lot of cats are telling me, I haven't seen it, but what a lot of cats are telling me, he got in his head. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much sunned him. Was like, yo, I'm the king of this division, son. You know what I'm saying? You sit your little ass back. Matter of fact, nigga, go get on the swing set, dog, and let daddy push you, nigga. That's pretty much how Wladimir Klitschko sunned him from what I heard. You know what I mean? So if that's the case, he's already doing a good job in getting into Anthony Joshua's head. And if he does that, he can make Anthony Joshua cautious, which is something that can be very detrimental to Anthony Joshua's success in this fight. Make him cautious, make him think, make him second guess, hey shit, this might not work against a guy of Wladimir Klitschko's nature, a guy that has Wladimir Klitschko's experience. So therefore, I may have to do this, and it might be the wrong strategy. Therefore, Wladimir Klitschko gets the upper hand. So, with that said, all Wladimir really got to do is be him. Throw that jab out there. Don't keep the jab in his face. Don't stand still. I don't like Wladimir standing still either. But Wladimir, he likes to stand still and he likes to do this. He'll like to roll and shit. Or he does this shit. He does that measuring with his jab. Don't do this measuring shit. I hate that. Him and Kubrat Pulev love doing that. By the way, Kubrat Pulev is probably going to be Anthony Joshua's mandatory if he wins this fight. So I've heard. But anyway, they both like to do this shit, just measuring, then they'll come with the right hand. Don't do that bullshit against Anthony Joshua. He's too quick with his hands. He'll probably come over the top of that. Don't do that. But I do like you moving your upper body. Keep your upper body moving like you were doing against Kubrat Pulev and like you did against Brian Jennings. Keep your upper body moving. All right? Also, when Anthony Joshua, he's throwing his combinations and then he'll stop, drop his hands, step back and do that bounce. Lunge in with that quick ass left hook that you knocked Kubrat Pulev out with. Do that shit. Because I guarantee you, while he's doing that stepping back and bouncing and shit, that's how he regroups himself. That's how he conserves his stamina. That's how he keeps his arms from getting tired. That's how he resets. If you catch him while he's trying to reset Wladimir, he will not know what hit him. So once you see that bouncing shit, jump in with that lunge left hook. Easy work. Alright? Man, it's a 50-50 fight. I don't know what... I don't know who to go with, man. You got experience versus youth. I'm going to go with the old dog. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go with the old dog like Lorenz Tate. Young niggas might not know what that is. Again, that comes from Menace to Society. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go with Wladimir Klitschko. I think, like I said, this is going to be a fight where it's a jabbing contest. And it's a fight where it's a jabbing contest. I'm going to go with the experienced guy. I'm going to go with the guy that's been jabbing motherfuckers since the 90s. You know what I'm saying? So, I got Wladimir Klitschko, 12-round, majority decision. Okay, there could be a knockout in this fight. If I was betting on this shit, I would say Wladimir Klitschko unanimous decision, hedge with Anthony Joshua by knockout. I feel if this fight goes 12 rounds, Anthony Joshua will not outbox Wladimir Klitschko, the old dog. So, with that said, that's going to conclude this video. YouTube, do what you do in the comment section. Let me know what you think, who you got in this fight. Oh, and by the way, y'all heard about my man Luis Ortiz, right? Anthony Joshua tried to give him that step aside money. That nigga said, man, fuck your money, nigga. Keep that shit. I want my legacy defined first, then I get the money on the back end. If I whoop your motherfucking ass after you beat Wladimir Klitschko, if you beat Wladimir Klitschko, I want to define my legacy. Because if I beat you, I'm going to get them dollars on the back end. That's the type of shit we need to support. Fuck step aside money. Go get that title. Word up. This is real talk for real fans. One.